James Brown, do you remember?
You know you didn't tell me your name.
My name's Michael Dean.
Hi, Mike.
Do you remember the first music you ever heard?
I better say yeah, because if I don't, I sound like I'm 50 years old. Yeah, I remember.
What was the first kind of music you were attracted to? Was it gospel music or?
No, the first music I was attracted to was guitar, rhythm and blues. The old blues, you know. Fella playing guitar with a bottleneck around his finger, you know.
And when did you start playing and singing yourself?
Well, you said playing, I'd feel kind of bad to say that I'm really a musician, because I'm kind of a jack of all trades with about 5 or 6 instruments. And I write and arrange all my stuff, and I've never gone to school for music, formally. But I guess I play about 6 instruments, and I started playing the harmonica.
When you were
I've never played on a record yet, and I still yet want to play one on a record.
Why not?
Well, I don't know. I just hadn't. Actually, it was a little too primitive, and I thought we had a lot of people that weren't ready for it, and he kind of eases into it, you know. But I think harmonica is going to be very big very shortly, because it's the next primitive thing, you know. It's even before the guitar.
I'm staying back at your past just to start with, I assure you, but when you were a shoeshine boy, did you dream then of being a musician? Did you know what you wanted to be?
I dreamed then of eating regularly.
You didn't eat much?
Well, I didn't have, well, my people were very poor, you know. And there just was no way, you know, for me to dream of becoming anything but trying to be just a laborer trying to work, you know. Because that's all I saw, that's all I could see around me. My father was a laborer, you know. He stopped in the 2nd grade, and this wasn't a chance for me to imagine nothing that's too fantastic. And that's one reason, I guess, at most of my concerts, I've had language hang up for the last 8 or 10, but last night I wanted to, I just didn't have time. But I usually thank the people, you know, for coming out to see the show and for making me what I am today, and let them know that I do appreciate it, because they delivered me from so many things, you know. I don't think I could ever be able to repay people for what they've done for me, but I can keep on being a man and trying to fight for the right for all people.
Did those early years of poverty and reform school leave scars? Do you sometimes dream now of poverty and?
No, let's face it, it's kind of hard. You get used to being in a position where you can do a lot of things that you never dreamed of being able to do. But I think your spirit kind of changes along with what environment you're in. Because when I was a juvenile delinquent, and I used to dream there in the institution, I would never dream of being on the outside. And we've talked about this before. I think your spirit just kind of, and you know, be part of the environment. And I think even though you're asleep, it just don't give you nothing that's not reality. I think it stays with the reality, you know. And I just never dreamed of nothing on the outside. So the same way now that I'm able to do a lot of things that I never thought I'd be able to do, or I never dreamed of being in poverty. It just don't happen. I don't know, maybe some other people have it much different, and it happens different with them, but not with me, I don't know. But I always remind myself, because I go back, I go out in the countries and I see homes where 15, 18, 20 people in 2 rooms, you know. And maybe it's one lady, or maybe an elderly man taking care of the family. And I'll go around and see can I find anybody with any land for sale, and I bring back deeds to them, you know. I think of the old Robin Hood days and the Jesse James stories. Not the Robin, another thing, not taken, but given. I thought it was a fantastic idea, and makes one feel very good inside when you're able to do things like that. Kind of a lecture.
When you came out of reform school, you took up fighting. Why? Was this an accident?
No, I was trying to fight before I went in, you know. But I was kind of young, but we started young because our trainer was a lightweight champion of the world at that time, Bojack. He was from Augusta and also a shoeshine boy. We started training with him, and then I did some fighting while I was in the institution. And I got out and had about 4 professional fights. And I don't know how I got into the singing bit. I think that was the only thing left because boxing just didn't seem to have it or something. It's a little too slow. And
it hurts.
Well, it hurts, but it's like football or rugby, anything you play, you get used to it, you know. And you don't worry about the knocks if you can make some progress.
Were you any good?
I don't know. If you'd ask me am I good at singing and dancing, I couldn't answer that either. I got a pretty good reputation from boxing, but I'm a peaceful man.
From the beginning, was it soul, musically, that interested you most, or was it all?
Well, it's always been soul with me ever since I've been singing, you know. Soul has become, at that time, soul was more or less a church slang, you know. This was used in church a lot. Singing soul, I'm using my soul. And eventually it come out of the church because they found that most of the rhythm and blues singers had come out of the church, so they named them soul singers, you know. I guess as far as I can remember back, I was a soul singer.
At the beginning, did you model yourself on any other soul singer?
No, a lot of people I liked in the past. Louis Jordan, years back. Old singers like Winona Harris, Roy Brown, and maybe a lot of the music people don't know what I'm talking about. It's, and I'm not pushing King Records now. But you do find these singers in the King catalog, and they got a lot of originality, a lot of things that you hear people try to do today. It's their life they sing about. And then later on I like B.B. King a lot, you know. But my thing, I had to get the way I felt it. And I thought that I would be able to deliver better doing it the way I feel, you know. It's one thing I've always tried to do is be unlike anybody else.
A lot of people have tried to define exactly what soul music is, but no one seems to have caught exactly what it is. How would you define it?
I don't know. I think it's almost like popularity because I've expressed this my feeling, my opinion about soul music for a million times. Soul music is just it's the deprivation of a man, and this is the thing he sang about. It's the word "can't" that make you a soul singer.